Hi Professor, this is my video for water quality. In the test your knowledge section, contamination from a clear, easily definable source is point source pollution. Contamination from multiple diffuse sources, non-point source pollution. Propagation of contaminants through food webs, biomagnification, nutrient enrichment leading to algae blooms, eutrophication, oxygen depletion resulting in fish deaths is hypoxia. All strains of Escherichia coli are harmful. All strains of Escherichia coli are harmful to humans. That is true. Nitrogen excess causes eutrophication in marine environments. That's true. High phosphate levels in drinking water are harmful to humans. That's false. The presence of fecal coliform during water testing indicates contamination has occurred. That's false. Power plant effluent is an example of point source pollution. Non-point source pollution is easily monitored and regulated in developed nations. That is false. A pH level between 6.5 to 8.5 is the ideal range for most aquatic organisms. Eutrophication results in animal death, algae blooms, and hypoxia. Nitrogen contamination negatively impacts both environmental and drinking water quality. That's true. Positive fecal coliform bacteria test is an indicator that pathogenic species are present in the water sample. That's false. Why is it important to maintain water quality of environmental water sources? Humans, other animals, and aquatic life depend on it. How do the test results compare for your tap water and bottled water samples? Bottled water was good quality for all the tests. Tap water was good for all except the phosphorus test. It was a little high. And I will stick with our bottled water. The tests prove what I had assumed, and that is that the bottled water is better drinking water than our tap water. Of the 4 water tests performed in this exercise, which is the least important for determining if water is safe to drink? Explain why. Phosphorus, simply because high phosphorus levels aren't dangerous for humans to consume. Did the water body sample have phosphate and or nitrate levels that might put it at risk for eutrophication and subsequent algae blooms? Explain your reasoning. Possibly, although phosphorus levels were higher for the tap water over the body of water, the nitrate levels were much higher in the body of water sample and could possibly lead to eutrophication. List 3 potential sources of pollution in your water body sample based on location. Possible runoffs from businesses in the area. People are in the water a lot as well, and they themselves may contaminate the water, especially if they litter. Runoffs from fires near the Boulder area and other parts of the Rocky Mountains that contribute to the river as well. Data table 1. Here it is. Bottled water source was Deep Rock Purified. Description: deep rock jugs delivered to our home. Tap water source: municipal. Description: Denver water. Water body source: river. Description: South Platte River section near downtown Littleton. And the results: phosphate level for bottled water was less than 1 parts per million. Nitrate level was 5 parts per million. pH and interpretation 7, which is excellent. A negative for the coliform test. Tap water phosphate level was about 4 parts per million. Nitrate level was 5 parts per million. pH and interpretation was 8, which is good, and the tap water was also negative for the coliform test. Phosphate level for the water body sample was about 2 parts per million. Nitrate level was 20 parts per million, which is high. pH and interpretation 9, and that is poor. Coliform test was negative as well for the water body sample. Here is phosphate test results. Here is nitrate test results. pH test results. And coliform test results. Competency review: water quality is a measure of the suitability of water for a particular use based on biological, chemical, and physical characteristics. Non-point source pollution originates from factory effluent pipes. That's false. Clams and mussels cannot survive long-term in waters that are below a pH level of 6. Eutrophication occurs when nitrogen and phosphorus are limited. That's false. High levels of nitrates in formula may result in methylmuglobulinemia in human infants. Water is tested for fecal coliform bacteria to determine if contamination by animal waste has occurred. Water sample with a pH of 7 is considered good quality for drinking. A water sample should be quality tested as soon as possible after it is collected. That is true. Environmental sources associated with a positive fecal coliform test include animal waste runoff, damage to sewage infrastructure, and flooding. Extension questions: an aquarium keeper exchanged 50% of the tank water each month with fresh tap water from a municipal water supply. Within 24 hours after each exchange, the aquarium experiences an algae bloom. The reason for that is high level of phosphorus nitrates, or both. And that is it. Thank you, Professor.